The car in front of you is a Hot Wheels Jackrabbit Special. I've done 2 of these before, and you're about to see the 3rd one. I love this little casting. Recently, I was chatting online with Ron over at SoMo Diecast, and he sent me a picture of the Jackrabbit Special. He had a couple of them, and he was about to customize them. And I sent him a picture back of a couple I still had sitting around, including this one. And he said, hey, we should do a build-off. And so we are. I love this little car. It's goofy looking, and it's fun. This is just a fun car to do. The earlier ones I've done, I did one for National Red Wine Day last year. I did a variation of this that when it came out originally, there was a promotional version with Jack in the Box decals on it. And so that's the version I did last year. And then not long after that, I did a version of this in the metal cast red paint. Well, this time I decided to go wild with it again. The post on this thing is super small. And so I ended up using the 172 screws on it as opposed to the 256. They're even smaller than the 256. And they do work perfectly, though. It's a single post. The back end of this hooks in. But there you see how darn tiny these little screws are. And I throw this thing in Citra Strip, got the paint off of it. The casting itself wasn't beat up, but it had a lot of toning and some spots that just weren't good. But I cleaned it up. I filed off the casting lines that are on it, and you see it came out of the Citra Strip pretty darn shiny. But what I ended up doing on this, over at Hobby Lobby, they had their spray paints on sale. Geez, the paints were normally $6 something for the Model Master paints. They were marked down on clearance to $1.57. So I picked up a bunch of different colors, even though I keep saying I'm going to airbrush. If they keep making deals like this, man, it's going to be tough. Especially when they have colors like Plymouth Plum Crazy Metallic. Yeah, I couldn't resist. I think it turned out pretty good. I did hit it with the Minwax Clear as well. That definitely helps. That lacquer that you saw earlier, that is a 2-step process. You lay the paint down, it has basically a flat finish, and then you put a clear over it. These are cap style wheels, as you can see here, so they're fantastic to switch. Doesn't get easier than that. Polish the heck out of that base. And then following old Paul's suggestion over at Fat Guy Productions, I used that Renaissance wax after I got it all polished just to seal it up. That stuff works great. I was really happy with the result. So the wheels, again, the cap style are simple to put on. And again, this was in pretty good shape. The casting itself, it wasn't that terrible. It was worn, but not beat to hell. And probably the best proof of that is the glass. Yeah, it's a little worn, but it's not cracked or really damaged in any way. So polish that up with flitz. And then after I clean that off, I think you know where we're going to be going here in a second. But yeah, I'd polish it up with my finger, I know. But I'm never going to hit this with a Dremel tool. I'm sure I'd catch it on something and rip it to pieces. And this works out fine. Use microfiber cloth to get it nice and shiny. It may not be perfect, but for a used glass, that's turned out pretty darn good. And then, we just have to dip it in the gauzy. As you know, I've mentioned before, the gauzy is a thick coating, which has its advantages, particularly in glass like this, where it isn't perfect. You know, it isn't like a brand new glass from a car. And so the heaviness of the gauzy does help fill some of that in and give it a better look than, say, a pledge coating would. The pledge being a lot lighter. So you just wick off the excess and then set it aside to dry. The interior on this was different than the previous two Jackrabbit specials that I had done. This had a black interior. And I wanted to give it a leather look. And so I thought about it. I cleaned it up, and there you see the interior after I had washed it. And that I actually used pledge on. The front part of that interior snaps away a little bit. It flattens out. And so I unhooked that, dipped that in the pledge. And again, the pledge is a lighter coating. It's not as thick as the gauzy. And I knew that by using this would give me the coating I wanted to give it that leather look. A nice, shiny, clean leather look. It's the same process as with the gauzy on the glass. You just wick off the excess and set them aside to dry. And that's basically all you have to this little guy. It's a fun little car. I did polish up the engine as well, that you see laying there, the separate piece. The glass does have two pins that hold it to the interior at the back, and then it just drops in. So as you see me assembling this here, I would like to thank Ron over at SoMo Diecast for this build-off. Be sure and check out his channel. I'll put a link in the description down below. Ron does excellent work. I think if you're not already a subscriber, head over there, check out his videos, and I'm sure you'll be a subscriber in no time because he does a variety of builds too. He does some odd things the way I do some odd things. He'll do some odd builds too, and I really do appreciate that. And he does wonderful work. So be sure and once this one's done, head over there, check his out, and you won't be disappointed. So there you have it, Plum Crazy Purple. There's a few colors that I picked up at Hobby Lobby that are interesting that I can't wait to show them to you on some of these builds. So here's where we started. And yeah, it was well play-worn. Somebody had a lot of fun with it, but it was still in really good shape when you get down to it. And you'll see it here in just a second with that nice, clear Minwax polyurethane coating over it. Oh, started to roll. That was the fun part about this little guy on the turntable, both before and after. It just wanted to roll, so I had to use a little sticky thing to hold the car down to that glass after it was finished. I did not want it rolling off and anything happening to it. That's a cute little car. I mean, it's different, definitely. So I hope you like this build. There's a couple glamour shots coming up here. I also have some pictures here at the end of this car along with the red metal cast version that I did and the Jack in the Box special. Again, that was done for National Red Line Day last year. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching these and coming along on these builds with me. Also, special thanks to my Patreon members for all of their support. And I'll catch you in the next one. Everybody stay safe and healthy out there.